Hello, you amazing, beautiful humans. Welcome to day 9 of your 14-day yoga challenge. Today's class is going to be more of a chill class. Get into more of it, holding the poses a little bit longer to really go for lengthening and improving that flexibility. So making sure that you're in something comfortable and that you can easily move in. Bring anything you need near you to support your practice, whether that be blanket, blocks, water, tea, or whatever you decide to drink. And let's get started. So we're going to be seated near the end of our mat, sitting back on the heels. Alternatively, I want you to know that you need to choose a position that serves your body best. So if you can't sit back on your knees, I don't want you to push yourself. It's your class, not mine. Everything I say is optional. So you could put a support underneath the shins or the knees, maybe even something in between the hips and the heels. And we're just gonna have our hands land in the lap somewhere where it feels comfortable. Taking your gaze out in front of you, focusing on a single point, or begin to close your eyes. Take a deep inhale as you roll the shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale as you roll them back and down the spine. Do that again. Inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, really feel the expansion through the chest on that as you drop the shoulders down. And last one, inhale. Exhale. Creating as much space as you can between the shoulders and the ears while also feeling this opening through your chest, your heart space. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Taking an inhale, lengthening through the spine. Using that exhale to let go of anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. Thinking about stress, tension, worry, anxiety. You can place your left hand over the heart and the right hand over the belly, just connecting you a little bit deeper to yourself. Take a few long, deep breaths. And slowly you can begin to flutter your eyes open. Option 1 is you just come down into child's pose, extend the hands out in front of you, surrender the heart and the forehead towards the mat. Option 2 is you're going to interlace your fingers back behind you, press the knuckles down towards the mat so you're opening through your shoulders, your chest. And then you might flow through this. And on your exhale, you're going to drop the forehead slowly down to the mat. Almost like if it could, your arms would come all the way up over the head to the short edge of the mat. Feeling an opening through the shoulders. Inhale, you're going to come up slowly. If you're choosing to flow, maybe even letting the head fall back, any amount. And then take the exhale to slowly float the forehead back down to the mat. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, surrendering to the floor, to the mat. Do one more in your own cycle of breath. And just pausing there with the forehead towards the mat, or maybe you put something underneath the forehead for support. Slowly begin to release the arms and then extend the fingers out to that top short edge of the mat in our child's pose. Possibly wiggling the shoulders. Finding some stillness here. You're gonna inhale, come up through tabletop position, knees hip width apart, stacking the hips over the knees, shoulders above the wrists. Take an inhale, dropping the belly. As you open through the heart, you're looking forward or up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone first, round through each vertebra, chin to the chest, cat pose. Inhale to drop the belly, look forward or up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, chin to the chest in our cat pose. So closing your eyes, we'll go 3 more. Flowing back and forth through cat and cow and taking this opportunity to include any unique movements. So maybe forward or back, rocking side to side, and just exploring the body. Finding this neutral tabletop position. Option 1 is you're going to kick the right toes back, straighten through the legs so the toes can connect to the mat. Option 2, you might hover the toes a few inches. Option 3, you maybe point the toes back so the ankle is in line with the hip. And just notice if you kind of opened up on that right hip, gently draw it down so the hips are parallel. If you want to go a bit further here, you can extend the left fingertips forward. They can stay on the mat, or you might draw the bicep up parallel to your ear, sunbird pose. If you want to stay here and just find that lengthening, and then exhale if you would like to bring movement, bend the elbow, bend the knee, meet in the middle. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, meet in the middle, maybe round the spine. Last one. Float it down. Shake out that right wrist if you need to. Here we go, the other side, sunbird pose. Left leg extends long, toes can stay on the mat. Option 2, hover a couple inches. Option 3, point the toes back. Again, drop the left hip down in line with that right hip. And then you might extend the right fingertips, they can stay on the mat. Option to pull that bicep up close to the ear. Think about drawing the belly button in towards the spine. You can stay here, breathe, or take the next exhale, bend the elbow, bend the knee, round the spine as you meet in the middle. Inhale to extend. Exhale to contract. One more. Dropping it down, shake out that left wrist. And then we're going to come up onto the knees and turn to a long edge of the mat. So keeping the hips above the knees. You might want to come to near the left side of the mat, because we're going to kick our right leg out, pressing the pinky toe edge of that right foot down. And then we're going to drop the left fingertips down towards the mat, or maybe a block if you have it. And take an inhale to rise the right arm up and then over top. So reaching, spiraling the left shoulder back. Half gate pose, inhale. Exhale, reach a little bit more. And then inhale to come up. Exhale, we're gonna follow the right arm down the right leg, lift the left arm up and over. Maybe take the gaze up, one breath here. Inhale to come back to center. We're gonna drop that right knee back down, scooch a little bit over towards the right side, and then extend the left leg long, keeping the foot in line with this right knee. Press that pinky toe edge of the left foot down. We're gently gonna begin to drop the right fingertips to the mat or the block, whatever you may have. Take an inhale, peel the left arm up, or up and over. One breath here, breathe into the side body, lift up through the right thigh. Inhale, slowly rise up, both arms. Exhale, left arm falls down the left leg, reach the right arm up and over, feel it open through that right side, expanding through each rib. The option to take the gaze up, one more breath. Inhale, we're gonna rise both arms back up. And exhale, float it down, coming back to on our knees in the middle of the mat, so hips are still over the knees. And then we're gonna draw the right foot forward. So keep both knees at 90 degrees. And then we're going to interlace the fingers in front of you. Take an inhale. On the exhale, flip the grip, flip the palms, press the palms forward, straighten the arms. And then an inhale to rise the arms up. So feel like you still bring the sense of relaxation in the shoulders. On the exhale, just gently pull the arms over towards the right. Inhale to come up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come up. One more time, exhale to the right. Inhale to come up. Exhale to the left. Last one to inhale to come up. Exhale, let's just float the hands down so that they're pressing into that front thigh. So what I want you to think about here is gently tucking the tailbone down and under. So swooping the pelvis forward, activating through this left thigh. And then from here, you might even play around with tucking the chin to the chest. Still trying to actively press the hips forward. Connecting to the breath, inhale. Using the exhale to soften, surrender. One more. Slowly draw the head back to center, just release the fingers. Draw the right knee back to meet the left and go on to the other side. So both knees are 90 degrees. Interlace your fingers the opposite way, so the opposite thumb's on top in front of the heart. Taking a big inhale, and on that exhale, straighten the arms, flip the grip, press it away. Keep the softness through the shoulders. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, reach over to the left. Keep the chest forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale to rise up. Let's do one more. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale to come up. And then exhale just to have the hands land on that front thigh. You can keep them interlaced or just one hand on top of the other. Tuck the tailbone down, send it forward. Tucking that pelvis down and forward. Softening through the shoulders, keeping the length in the spine. Inhale. And then exhale, possibly tucking the chin to the chest. Just noticing where you might feel sensations in the body. Then actively trying to press the hips forward. One more breath. Inhale to rise back up. Tuck the left knee back to meet the right and come back into our child's pose. Extending the arms out in front of you, spread the fingers wide, surrender that heart and the forehead to the mat. Few cycles of breath here. Inhale to slowly peel yourself up, coming back to sit on the heels. Hands will land in the lap. Just pause as you close your eyes. Taking these next few moments to check in with yourself. Check in how you feel in your physical body. How you feel mentally and emotionally. On your next inhale, you'll swoop the arms out to the sides. Palms will come to touch at the top. Exhale, slide the hands through prayer pose and pause in front of the heart. Keep a gentle pressure of each palm in towards one another. Gently tuck the chin to your chest, bowing the head to your hands. Thank you for letting me guide you through this day 9 practice. It's always, always an honor from my heart to yours. Namaste.